130% that I was going to win that show. And I have to whisper about this. I was going to do bodybuilding too. I was going to win bodybuilding and classic. How about that?
What's happening, guys? Welcome to another episode of Jester Radio. Actually, the first guest that I've had on that has more, not that I have a lot, but more subscribers on YouTube than me. He is someone that has actually made me, let me just move over, actually made me not want to do classic physique anymore because he dwarfed me on stage, unfortunately, but good for him. It's Yuri. Bro, thank you so much. Youri The Incredible, Mr. Incredible himself.
Thanks for having me. I've been wanting to be here. I was like, when the hell am I going to be on this thing? But I've got to do this. What is going on, everybody? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Yuri The Freaking Incredible. Happy to be here.
Bro, Mr. Incredible, and you look incredible, bro. And actually,
Appreciate
unfortunately, you were looking absolutely incredible. Like I even commented that you were so deserving on the name, but then the show got cancelled.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Let me ask you this question. Do you watch any podcasts?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite? What's your favorite podcast?
Favorite podcast? Probably Joe Rogan.
Okay. The reason why I asked that is because Joe Rogan's my favorite. And there was a particular interview where he interviewed Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart, Joe Rogan asked him one question, and Kevin Hart spoke for 2 hours. I've got so much things to say.
Is this going to be that interview, bro?
It feels like it's going to be that interview. So basically, yeah. I was supposed to do Iron Showdown. Nobody knew that I was supposed to do Iron Showdown. But because for me, what happens is a lot of people, when they compete, what they do is they say they don't care about anybody else but themselves. They don't care what other competitors or whatever they do, they don't care. Right, but for me, I'm the other way around. What I do is I've been playing sports all my life. First of all, I'm going to give you a background about me for those people that don't know who I am. I was born in Congo. Moved to South Africa. I've been in South Africa all my life. Been playing sports, I've been this quiet kid, but my outlet was sports, right? So I've been good. Rugby, I could sidestep somebody.
What position were you in rugby?
I was number 13. So, yeah, I could sidestep somebody 10 meters away. Like he's there, I could sidestep. And I did athletics, I did rugby, I did soccer, I did everything. I'm into sports, right? So, but because coming from Congo and all of that stuff, I had things were like in my head kind of holding me down. I was like, I can't express myself, but I used to express myself.
So can you speak French?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Je parle français. I can speak French perfectly, yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me express myself on the field or whatever, because I just used to be different, right? So, but people would gravitate towards me and all of that stuff, but I couldn't. So, and then obviously school ended and all of that stuff. I nearly made Craven Week. That's how good or not good I was.
What area in South Africa did you grow up in?
In Alberton.
Okay, so you've been in Alberton since you moved to South Africa?
Yeah. So I've been in Alberton since I moved to South Africa. So that's where I'm at. It used to be like when I was there, like a little town and all of that stuff. Now it's obviously booming and all of that stuff. So I'm representing A-Town. I'm representing the South. For those people that know about the South, we like to go down, we like to roll, we like to fight, we like to do all of that stuff, right? So, long story short, school ended, and I like to be competitive. So I started lifting weights and lifting weights.
Were you in the gym much during school, like training for rugby and that kind of stuff?
You know what? Not really. I wanted to, but because I come from a family of 5 kids. Right, so my parents couldn't bring everybody to the gyms, were pretty far from where I used to. So I trained for maybe when I was in grade 10, I trained a little bit, but then I used to walk to the gym for a 45-minute walk.
Sure.
Because I loved it.
Dedication.
Dedication. I loved that, but I couldn't keep that up. So I stopped, and what got me into that was obviously like everybody, the old cliche Dragon Ball Z and wrestling and all of that stuff. I wanted to be, how the hell did these people look like that? And then I wanted that. And then obviously when I got my car and I could do that, I could go to the gym and all of that stuff after. So I started picking up like people say genetics that doesn't count. Like my arms just grew. That's the first thing. My arms just like now, like for a show, I train my arm once every 2 weeks.
Everyone that knows you, bro, knows your arms, bro.
Exactly. So then, and then he started like, okay, cool, Yuri with the arms. He started kind of annoying me. I'm like, but I've also got other stuff. So I started working on my other stuff and all of that stuff. So yeah, I got into the gym, trained, and then I didn't compete for it at least. I trained for like 10 years. Those people, I'm like, 10 years, how old are you? I'm in my 30s. I don't look it, but yeah, my 30s. So trained for 10 years. So I built that thing that's called muscle density that people can look good, but I'll tell you what, they don't have what I have because I've been training for longer than that, right? So I trained, and then happened, I did a show. I think it was Millennium Gold Plates, because obviously I've been,
What year was this?
that was 2019, my first show.
Okay.
Did bodybuilding. I won. First show, I trained myself. I did everything because I was studying the thing. I got my diploma in personal training. I got everything, and I was studying. So I knew what to do, right? I did my nutrition and all of that stuff. So I did the show and I won, right? So and then I met my coach in the bathroom. He's like, you can do better than this or whatever. So we did muscle militia that same year. Guess what happened? I wanted to do classic. I won. So now I caught the bug.
That's when we were on stage together, bro.
There we go.
At overalls, I was standing there. Firstly, you're taller than me, so you're at the tallest height category.
Yeah,
you were in
yeah.
D, class D, and I was in class C. And what was your weight on stage? Because I know I was about 87.
Because the thing is that I didn't know what was the weight, so my weight on stage was 96. I haven't been that light since I was like, because I've always been a heavy dude. In matric, I was about 96. I went down to 96.
That just shows, bro, you being at your lightest was still like 9 kilograms heavier than I was. So you can imagine how I was dwarfed on stage at the end of the day.
Yeah. So I mean, I also see people on Instagram and putting their weight. They're standing on the scale and putting their weight, and they're so proud of being like 110 kilograms. I can walk around easy on 133 kilograms. Yeah. So when they're proud, I'm like, this is easy for me, right? But anyway, so I did muscle militia, and then I won, so I caught the bug. So obviously this pandemic happened and all of that stuff. We couldn't, and then Big Man came. Big Man was the recent show that we did. Big Man came, and I worked my butt off for that. I worked hard because obviously the pandemic and all of that stuff, which, because I haven't stopped training so that's lockdown. I didn't train for about 6 months. So my body actually needed it. So when I went back to the gym, the response that I got from it was just amazing, right? So I improved so much. And I went on stage. I thought I looked good. Everybody thought I looked good. I don't mind losing. I really don't, because like I said, I do sports. There has to be a winner and there has to be a loser, right? I do sports and all of that stuff, so I don't mind losing. I came third. People might say that's not a loss, but for me it was like from the package that I thought I had. Maybe I'm being delusional, but then the package that I thought I had could have done it a little bit better. And I got feedback from everybody, because what I do is I need constructive criticism so that I can go back to the drawing board, see my blueprints, and improve from that.
You even asked me.
Okay?
I remember you asking me what you could have done differently or better.
Yeah. Because I know, like you've got athletes, your stuff. So I kind of believe in people, like, I know that you know your stuff. So I ask people, right? So obviously I went to the judges and asked, like, yo, what do I need to do? And the response that I got was, you got to block a big waist. What is a big waist? Let me ask you, what is a big waist? What do you think a big waist is?
Maybe a big waist in bodybuilding could just be in proportion to your shoulders. So
Exactly.
someone could have tiny shoulders and a tiny waist, but it looks like they have a big waist because they don't have that taper.
That's the answer that I was looking for. Look, I'll give you another example. It was like a big waist. Let's say a normal guy's waist is, this is just an example. A normal guy's waist is 50 centimeters. That's let's say a tiny waist is 50 centimeters, right? But his shoulders are 120 centimeters. And, or no, his shoulders are 70 centimeters. I've got a waist that's 80 centimeters, but my shoulder width is 120 centimeters. Does that mean I've got a big waist? Because it's proportion. My shoulders are bigger, my waist is tiny, and your quads, so you have that X-ray. So I got a big waist. So I was like, okay, got a big, what else? You need to go do bodybuilding. That's the only criticism. I got a big waist and I got a, then I looked, I'm like, why bodybuilding? Because you're too thick, and I'm like, okay, what is the blueprint? Who's Mr. Olympia Classic? Bumstead, right? Chris Bumstead. You look at him. I had a picture of Bumstead there. That's how I was training. He's huge. He's huge. Who came second?
Brian.
No, it was Terrence
It wasn't.
Ruffin.
Yeah.
Terrence Ruffin. He's short, but look at his legs. He's huge. Third, Brian. Big ass legs.
Big, bro.
Fourth, it was that tall Lord Jones on Instagram. Tall, huge. There's all these classic people are someone big. That's what I thought. Let me work towards that. And I didn't get rewarded on. Like I said, I come from the South. So when I was getting that feedback, I was balling my fist. But because, like I said, I'm grown now, I can handle I'm like, bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Don't tell me that, right? You can't tell me that your hamstrings are bad, your legs. I'll be like, okay, cool. You know, the people that beat me, look, I'll say Zach, he was conditioned. I can't take that away from him, right? He was conditioned. But if you ask him who had a bigger chest, who had a bigger back, I'll say he beat me in conditioning. That's all.
Yeah.
But he beat me in that. So if you take the point, how does a point system work? It's almost like golf. You give the highest point and then you kind of bring it down, like, right? So you say, this guy doesn't have this guy. For me, if it was anything like that, they were going to say, your waist, that's what I was missing. I could have been a little bit drier, conditioned or whatever, but that's what I was missing. So then I'm angry. I'm pissed off. And then, Iron Showdown comes. I've never trained like that in my life. I was training with rage. And with rage, anger, whatever, all the adjective that you want to have, I was doing that. But I was putting it in the gym, not on people or whatever. So now I just figured out that's the way that I need to train.
I think that, so to go back to your point in terms of, you were training to look like Sebum, and to have his size and his conditioning and everything. That's the problem with the criteria in South Africa. It's, no, we don't want you to look like Sebum. We want you to look like a slightly smaller. It doesn't even matter if you're not as conditioned as him. We just want a smaller person for now. Someone that actually is probably the size of the men's physique overseas. That's who we want to win our classic. And then they need another 5 years because we've made them become it small. They need another 5 years to get back to that size of the actual Sebums of the world. That's the unfortunate nature. It's not, okay, this person looks similar to Sebum, let's give him a pro card. It's, this person looks like he could maybe look like Sebum in 3 to 4 years, let's give him a pro card. Yeah. The system's broken.
Yeah, so what happens, you've got to give a chance to people that are ready. If you're ready right now, you get a pro card. Because now you get a pro card, you sit with this pro card, while somebody could have done something with it, but then you blocking somebody. Because the thing is this, I'm hungry for it. There's people that, I know that you're doing, doing your what you call it, your pro card thing, but then you're gonna retire.
Yeah, like I'm not hungry the way you
Yeah,
are.
you
I
see,
don't have the passion for body. Obviously, I enjoy it,
Yes.
and I love setting a goal for myself. But I'm setting a goal for myself just to have a goal.
Yes.
Whereas you're setting a goal for yourself, that being the goal is because of the actual passion of it. For
Exactly.
me, it's just to have a goal.
Yes. So you see, the thing is that now when they take that away from me, not saying that the people that beat me or that did good or whatever, they will have it. Like for me, like I'm thinking on doing the online training and all of that stuff. I've paused it. I know what I need to do, but I've just paused it because I want to give the best to my clients, right? But eventually I'm gonna do it. But getting back to the story, I'm training with Rage and all of that stuff. And then this thing, nobody knew that I was gonna do it. I didn't even know that I was gonna do it. But then it came up. I'm like, I need to do it because I already qualified for the pro show at the end of the year. But I thought I need to do that to rebuild my confidence.
So that show was going to be this weekend.
Yes.
At what point? So we're recording on Friday, the 2nd of July. If this comes out next week sometime. But yeah, Eye Candy would have been a few days ago for you people watching. At what point did you decide to actually do, Iron Showdown? At what point did you decide to do the show in Durban?
It was 6 weeks out. 6 weeks out, I decided to do the show in Durban. Nobody knew, but I knew that Machine Gun William was doing it. The reason why I told him that I'm doing it, the reason why I told him is because, like I said, I study my competitors. Like if you're a sport guy, I'm a Man United supporter, Man United versus Liverpool. What they do, they study the tape. Liverpool, they know that a Salah goes to his left foot and then he scores, you need to neutralize that, right? And if you're boxing, this guy's a southpaw, I need to neutralize that. So you study it. Because I do that, I didn't want to be like, let me hide it from him. And boom, Yuri's here. I wanted him to know so that if in his head he knows that Yuri's having an extra rep, let me, because I want to face the best. I don't want to be like, okay, cool.
You almost tell him to motivate him, not to try and surprise on the day.
Exactly. So I thought that. I was like, okay, cool. He says, cool, let's razzle dazzle. Okay, cool. I'm at least, but nobody knew. And then I'm like, you know what? Why am I not telling people? I just started posting because I didn't used to post. Like my Instagram is not big. My Instagram just started growing. I started posting every single day of my my updates and all of that stuff. And I see his stuff as well. He's motivating me. I'm like, he's probably, and I'm like, you know what? He's got a huge following. And then I'm like, what does he have? Because that's how I start. I'm like, what do I need to do to beat him? Right? And I'm like, look at him. I'm like, he's got a damn small waist. He's got a damn good vacuum. But what are my strengths? I think I got the best guns in the game. I think my shoulders, my chest, my back, my legs. I'm black. Black people problem. You usually don't have legs. But my legs, I killed the shit out of them.
Yeah, you got legs, bro.
I killed the shit. My legs came up. My hamstring, my coach was like, we need to get your hamstring. Hamstring came up. Everything. I've never looked. I got myself a treadmill at home. I used to go to the gym. I'd wake up because obviously the people that know if you're on prep, there's sometimes that you can't sleep. Wake up, hit an hour cardio, but I don't count that cardio. I'm still doing the next day an hour. So my conditioning and all of that stuff, because I'm like, he has stories every day. He's like, he's doing his workouts. He didn't know that was fueling the fire up under my ass, right? So doing that, working, my feet were basically fucked. Like from walking on this treadmill and all of that stuff, my shoes have holes in them because I was hungry. I wanted it that bad. So I thought, okay, cool. I'm gonna show it, but now I'm scared because now I'm scared that I'm gonna go on there and then they're gonna give me the same story that you're not classic. Then I'm gonna start looking at the classic people and then I come to the same conclusion. Every classic guy, not that I look like them because I'm not a pro. Every classic guy has a little bit of me in it. That's how I have a little bit of them or the other way around, whatever, but I'm trying to get there, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to change what I'm doing, and I want to do a show and see what's they say if I don't win, but I just need feedback so that I can work on it. So that I then work that hard, and then South Africa happened, COVID happened. You guys aren't doing it. It's over. And yeah, we're sitting here, and as soon as I heard that, it was peak week. Peak week is one of the hardest things. As soon as I heard that, took Mr. Delivery, pizza, everything. Like now my face is actually round. Like now I have to, next week I'm going better on a proper diet. Like it was bad. I had like the water retention is not healthy. You shouldn't do this, guys. Water retention was bad. My feet were swollen like I freaking took a flight to Dubai. My feet, that's how bad it was. And so I just enjoyed my food and all of that stuff. I couldn't get mad at the promoters for the thing because it's not their fault. But I mean, if you're a promoter, I think they would have known a long time ago that they have those insights that they're not going to have it. I mean, prep is expensive.
Yeah.
I do it alone. I don't have any sponsors and all of that stuff. Like you said, I'm not as, so basically my thing is I want to be like, I'm not like you, like constant on YouTube, like posting constantly on YouTube and all of that stuff, which I want to get to, because like everything, if you constantly posting and all of that stuff, like my Instagram, I mean, I don't have a lot of followers, but I started posting and then I just got like 1,000 followers in like 3 weeks or whatever. So if I do the same thing, I put the same work in my YouTube, maybe it's going to grow as well. So I see you you living what I want to live, you like a little bit, you're ahead of me. So you got the blueprint. I like to learn. I'm like, okay, cool. Jesse's doing this. Maybe I need to do this. Obviously, you doing the podcast. I'm not like a podcast guy kind of guy yet or whatever, but I want to document my journey and all of that stuff. And one more thing, the reason why I'm this hungry to get it is because, like I said, I come from Congo. We come from, and then my dad's an engineer, my brother's an engineer, my brother's an engineer, my brother's an accountant, my sister is in HR. I'm like the black sheep. Like, why are you doing? What is this? So I want to prove myself right and everybody else wrong as well. So that's why I've got this passion, this hunger. So it's just also for me, not that my family, because they don't know, like when you're black, they don't know. Like I had to freaking hide whey protein in my garage because they thought it was drugs. I thought it was drugs. That's long because you're taking drugs. You know, I had to hide whey protein and all of that stuff. But long story short, they don't really understand it. But this prep, the iron shot, big man. This was the first time my mom was in South Africa to see me prep, right? To see me do a show. So she's like, you work this hard, you wake up this early, you go, and you still go to your clients, so she started kind of understanding. It's the first time that I kind of got a support from her. I mean, people are like, you're good. It doesn't hit the same way as when somebody that's close to you.
Your mom, bro. You're getting that, from your parents, getting that level of respect and that, admiration from your parents, because, they've obviously made sacrifices, for you and for us and for everyone whose parent put in hard work. Exactly. Most likely did it for their children, did it for the family. And, getting that message, hearing your mom say, okay, well, I can see what you're doing and, it's paying off and I respect you for this hard work. I may not understand it fully, but, the hard work aspect and, the dedication that you put in, I can respect that.
Yeah, so that's the first time she did it. She actually told me to do Iron Showdown. She's like, show me. So I was actually doing it for my mom.
That's cool.
That was like the first time. That's why I'm like, I got to win this thing. Like Like usually I would say I gotta win this thing, but this time I would say I gotta win this motherfucker. So that's how it was. I was training like a freaking beast. So basically, obviously, they sacrificed. I studied marketing. I did the thing. Why didn't you do? We paid for this. We did this. We gave you everything, and now you're doing this. But then when she sat me down, she's like, "You came." She saw me prepping. It was the first time. Obviously, they don't live in South Africa or whatever.
Are
So
they back in Congo?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So she came back. She said, "This is like," and she's like, she saw the picture. I had my family, like my cousins and all of that stuff, my brothers there and all. They're like, he looked good, whatever. So they explained to her and all of that stuff. And this is the first time she's like, just do it because it's genetics that we heavy. It's our bones. So if you don't, you wait for December for you to lose the weight again. I mean, I didn't think about it. Like you do this show, so you kind of keep condition until the pro show in December. So I'm like, okay, cool. Just do it and show me. So I was just training like a beast. I had an extra motivation from my mom, my parents, as well as Willem. So now I just became like this different animal, this different beast in the gym. Like I was just doing more PRs, I was doing more cardio, I was doing my diets. I wasn't cheating. Everybody knows that I'm like a freaking cookie monster. I love chocolates. I eat chocolate. But obviously I try to fit it in my macro. But this time I'm like,
What
fuck
are
the
your
chocolates.
macros, like calorie wise? What do you eat in a day?
Well, to maintain it's about 3,600. But then imagine from that I was like at 1,800.
For how many weeks out was that?
That was I think it was 2 weeks out.
Sure. Is that the lowest you go?
No, like because I've got to lose the weight. Like it becomes a struggle. Like because the thing is, every year I get leaner, but I pack on
Muscle.
more muscle, and I go to get my body fat. I'm on 5%, but I'm still like 3 kilograms overweight. So I've got to eat out on the muscle as well, right? To make weight. So it becomes a struggle. So the thing is the plan is eventually, because if you turn pro, I get an extra 10 pounds, right?
So it's like 5 kilograms,
Yeah.
roughly
So
4.5.
then it helps. But eventually, I will go into bodybuilding. But I think with classic, I just love the flow. I just love the look. It's like elegant, it's beautiful, and all of that stuff. And not that it's easier, but it could be an easier way to get a pro card. Because if I decide let me go bodybuilding now, I think I have to take about another year and a half to put on all that ass size.
Because classic is big, but bodybuilding is huge.
Yeah, see, so I've got to take that, and I want to get a pro card, get that 10 pound. Like I want to do 2 pro shows and see. I don't know, maybe I don't know if I get another coach or a better coach. Like if I get a pro card, I mean, like, what's his name? I was on the Dennis James, big Dennis James the live.
Yeah, he always does those lives and asks, and people
Yeah.
can ask him questions
Yeah.
and stuff.
I was on. He's like, okay, cool. Do you believe in yourself? I'm like, yeah. Take your shirt off. Take your shirt off. Take your pants off. Let's see what you got. He tells me that you classic. Whatever anybody tells you, stay classic. And then the other people, the judges, tell me something else. I'm like, the judges, Dennis James, who like, But also, bodybuilding, it's apples and oranges. If you like this physique, so you can't be mad. So that's why sports, like normal sports, like when you're boxing, you knock the guy out, you win. Yeah. Bodybuilding is like, no, this guy looks better. This guy's flows better. So you can't be mad. I can't be mad at the judges. But I'm like, this guy said, I held on to that. He said that I'm classic, right? So for those people that are watching this and you guys are JC's, if you go see to my page and go just see on a picture and they say classic or not classic. Just say classic or not classic, and then say you're from JC's supporter. I want to know, because like I said, I like to have feedback.
Or just on this YouTube channel even. We'll put, while he just said that, we'll put up some photos of Yuri.
Yeah.
And then you guys can literally just leave a comment saying
yeah.
Yuri's classic, not classic.
Yes, I actually want to read that. And if you say no, not classic, please give me like something so that I can work. I just want to
Few sentences.
Yeah, I just want to know, take it and then like, okay, this is what I need to work on, and this is what that will help. That will help, and then make my decision and see, okay, cool, this is not for me or whatever, and see. So I'm just looking around for like shows that I can do, and hopefully something comes up. And we don't know how long we're gonna be on this in this lockdown, but yeah. And I see you checking the drip.
The apparel, bro. I see you just launched some new stuff, huh?
Yeah, no, I haven't launched some new stuff. My mama told me, when you go somewhere, never go empty-handed. So I got something for you.
Hey, legend, bro.
I got something for you. That's the exact same thing that I'm wearing.
This is dope, bro.
Yeah, so you can try it, and obviously you can give a review if you like it. And I know that you talk about your missus, she can have that as well.
Bro, you're a legend.
So
thank you so much.
Yeah,
guys, you'll check us rocking at us in the gym. How can people grab some of these? Just drop you a DM or what?
Yeah, drop me a DM. Right now, I just ordered a couple of stuff, and it comes from overseas. So with Corona, it's a little bit slow, and the plan is to get a website so that you guys can order it quicker. But then right now, it's just drop me a DM, but I'll get a website going. I'll get all of that stuff going, and it's just that Corona just slowed me down a lot, but it's no excuse. It's no excuse, but that's why I'm investing in myself. Like I said, I gotta prove myself right. I live this life. Like I want to build my YouTube, want to do my apparel. Obviously I watch a lot of YouTube and I see what like Christian Guzman does, and that's what I want to have one day. So obviously it takes time, it takes grind, it takes work, and I'm willing to work. So that's what it is.
I think it's the willingness and the ability to see, okay, well, I'm not there yet, and being humble enough and not thinking like, you're better than having to work.
Yeah.
No one's better than, and no one's superior or above having to work, and realizing, okay, well, I actually haven't made it yet. And I think that's the problem with South African fitness industry is someone gets 5,000, 10,000 followers and they think they've made it in the industry, and they haven't. Someone wins a small local show and they believe they've made it. Whereas your mindset is, I haven't made it until I'm on the Olympia stage.
Exactly.
That is making it.
And I see your grind. I'm like, this guy is working. Like I'm looking at every day. I'm looking at, he's got a podcast, he's got a YouTube, he's got this, he's got that, he's got clients, he's got that. I'm like, man, I need to catch up to this dude. I need to catch. So without you knowing, you inspire me.
Thanks, bro.
You inspire me. So I want to do, like I said, I'm not shy to tell you, I want to do what you're doing, but in my own way. Everybody has
your
their
own
own
special twist, bro. Yeah.
Everybody has their own fingerprints. You've got to stay in your lane and, do what you do. I'm not going to be like, maybe one day, but I don't see myself doing the podcast. I love being on the podcast. Like I said, I used to be a quiet kid, but this bodybuilding gave me that voice. I don't know. I've been talking a whole lot of shit.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's what happened, and I'm expressing myself now with the backing of my folks. Now like I said, I'm gonna be a different animal. I'm gonna be loud. I'm not gonna be quiet anymore. Anybody that thinks that they got the best arms in the game, come at me. Come at me.
So you and Willem, is there any beef between you two, or is it like a healthy rivalry?
No, there's no beef at all. There's no beef at all. The thing is that I didn't know him, right? The way that he comes across, I thought he comes across like abrasive. I'll give you an example. I watch, like I said, Dragon Ball Z got me. It's like Vegeta. Vegeta seems like a bad guy. But then I spoke to him and I'm like, he's not such a bad guy. I wanted to hate the guy, but I couldn't. Like, I wanted to hate the guy, but when you're on stage, I'm there to take your head off. That's how it is. And then after that, we can, I don't know if you like beer, I like my beers, we can have a beer or whatever. But until then, when we're grinding today, there's no beef at all. There's no beef. We cool. We DM each other. We like encourage, like, I hope you're working. Because there was supposed to be like these belts that you win, right? He's like, my waist is getting so small, I'm gonna need a belt to hold my underwear up. That's what he was telling me. So things like that. It's a healthy rivalry. So no beef at all.
Let's say the show happened, he didn't get COVID, everything was 100%. You're on stage together, you would beat him. Is that what you want? Is that what you believe would have happened? The way and the conditioning you were in now.
130% that I was gonna win that show. And I have to whisper about this. I was gonna do bodybuilding too. I was gonna win bodybuilding and classic. How about that? So the thing is that with classic, I think what I like to describe myself as like I'm a chained pit bull. Classic is holding me back. Is holding the chain. But then when I'm gonna get my pro card, I'm gonna unleash that chain. I'm just gonna run through. Like in South Africa, trust me, I'll be like the juggernauts. Nobody's gonna stop me. There's a lot of people that do your thing right now. You're doing good. Just like with classic, I came out of nowhere. I won my shows. I came out. Nobody knew who I was. Just like that. But this is just a warning. I'm not saying that I'm going to bodybuilding, but I'm just saying I'm giving you time. I'm giving you guys just keep grinding, because if you look in your rearview mirror, the Incredible's coming.
If they say go and do bodybuilding, do you not think you could just get your pro card in bodybuilding in South Africa?
The thing is that I believe that you've got to earn your stripes. I can get it, but in my head, I've got to give myself like a year to just grow into. I mean, I grow easy. But now I'm thinking, if I grow, will my condition change? My conditioning, would it change? So I need to figure that. I need to relearn my body when it comes to, and change the way that I train. Because if you're like a coach, or you know that you train your men's physique differently to your bodybuilder. They train the same, but not. It's like the best way that I can explain this to you is like you get Chucky the little doll, he's got a knife. You get a cook, he's got a knife. They both have knives, but they both use it for different reason. A chef will cook it up, will cut up, and Chucky would.
They use the tools to sculpt themselves differently.
Yeah, exactly. So that's basically so I need to change my training, the way that I train. I have to learn myself again. And I think it will take me about a year and stuff like that. I wouldn't want to do myself that disservice, or think that I need to do a show, and then the judges tell me, okay, you need to do this, you need to get a bigger this, you need to get that. That's how I look at things. But maybe that's not the case, but that's the way that I'm wired. Yeah.
And on your YouTube channel, is it kind of day in the life of dieting, training, that kind of stuff? What do you mainly focus on YouTube?
Basically on my YouTube channel, it's basically a vlogging and working out. So day in the life, like if I do travel, and I used to travel and all of that, so I just put all of that random stuff and see what Yuri's about and all of that. So I've got a lot of footage that I need to edit, and I'm gonna start putting it up, and I'm probably gonna do 2 videos a week. I could do 4, but then with the prep and all of that stuff, it just takes a whole lot of time. So that's why I need to make money, so that I can have somebody to edit for me.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
And in terms of you, now that gyms are closing, once they open again in the South, where can people, if they want to be trained by you in the gym?
The thing is that what you do is like just DM me. I was gonna go back to Virgin Active, but then I don't know, like there's so many rate type. I don't know if I should have said that name, but there's so many rate type, all of that stuff. Just DM me, and like I said, I'm gonna go on to the online coaching and all of that stuff. It seems like that's the way that things are going, and you can get more done. Instead of me, I could only have like 8 clients a day or whatever. If I'm pushing it 9 clients a day and all of that stuff, and that's kind of like breaks me, as in like you got the people that want to go to work. So my first client is at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like you still got to get in your training and all of that stuff. So it becomes a little bit. So if I can get, but I love the one-on-one interaction, because I love to see the changes in people and all of that. But online, you can do that with technology and all of that. But I love to know what somebody's going through, like, because I can prescribe, let's say 12 reps. But if I'm there and I can see that you got 15 in you,
You can
I'll
tell
say
them to
one
push
more,
through, yeah.
one more to look better. But if they're reading it on the sheet, there'll be 12 reps, and then they just do what they need to do. They just do the bare minimum. And I prescribe that because I'm thinking that's what they have in the tank. But if it's one-on-one, you can actually see. So it takes a lot longer to and people don't. I mean, I would think that if you got an online coach, it's better to stay with him for at least 3-4 years, so you guys get to know each other. But the problem with this, what I've noticed, even with my clients, guys think they know it all. You'll train them for 6 months, they think that they know it all, and then they come back. But then the girls, they stay for like 4 years, 6 years, 10
Because
years.
girls are more patient. They understand things take time. Whereas males, like, I've learned what I want now, I can do it myself.
Yeah.
And then they realize they actually can't.
Yeah, so that's the thing. But yeah, if you want, just DM me. We'll get started from there, and like I said, everything will eventually be on the website. My coaching, my clothing, my YouTube, everything. That's what I'm working on right now. So yeah.
And so December, pro qualifier. Are you telling us you're turning pro? Because you've qualified.
Yeah, basically that's what I'm saying.
Say it.
That's what I'm saying. I'll say it. Any classic physique competitor watching this, Yuri The Incredible is taking that spot. That's what I'm saying. But the person that I think there's always that banana peel that you can slip. The person that I think, can give me like a hard time is, I forgot his name, the guy that won Master Militia right now. They won the overall. He's a tall, I think it's Carl.
Yeah,
He's a
Carl. Carl, I don't know his surname.
Yeah. I don't know what he looks like in real life. But he looks like a big dude. I don't know if it's pictures and all of that stuff. I feel like, he's gonna give me a hard time, but I don't think
he wants it as bad as you.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone wants it as bad as you.
I don't think anybody has wanted as bad as me, and I don't think anybody works everybody says that's in the gym they're beasts or whatever, but I don't think anybody works as hard as me. Everybody can say that. I would even go on record and say, because The Rock's got this hashtag, hardest worker in the room. He's never worked with The Incredible.
So you're calling out The Rock, bro. The Rock needs a workout with Yuri, so then The Rock can actually see what a real workout is.
Exactly. The thing is that, like I said, I've got a freaking big ass chip on my shoulder. Not for anybody, but like, I love my parents, right? They sacrifice. For those people that want to know my story, I've got like stories of my life on my channel. They sacrifice everything.
I'll put Yuri's channel and everything in the description so they can go check it out.
Yeah, they sacrifice everything. Like, let me just give you a little bit of an example. If you've got the setup, you got your business is booming and all of that stuff, and then you have to leave it at the drop of a hat and go to a different country and start from scratch, and you've got 2 kids, would you do it?
If I had a choice, I probably wouldn't.
But then the thing is that, like, things like South Africa is going to the dogs.
Okay, so you're saying that
South Africa is going to the dogs. Now you have a chance to go to let's say England. but you don't know anybody.
Yeah, it's a difficult choice that they have to make.
It's a difficult choice, and the way that they drove to South Africa with no map. My dad tells me he was looking at the sun. He's like, "This is south. We going."
Just keep going down the map, bro.
With the sun.
Yes, yeah.
With the sun, can you believe? And then obviously, like, he's an engineer. My dad is a smarter. He's got his masters in engineering and all of that stuff. My brothers and all, they have that. They gave me. I don't lack anything. I've never lacked anything. I've always had everything. So the things that he's done for me, for us, for my family, man, that's a drive. That's a hunger that I want to be able to show that, me not carrying on with my marketing or whatever, getting my marketing job that they paid for at Varsity didn't go down. I didn't just piss it down. So me getting a pro card, I don't think you want that hunger. I'm starving. So, yeah.
Hey, bro, we look forward to seeing you on stage.
I can't wait to be on stage as well. I'm actually, like I said, looking for, I might even go overseas to do a show. Because, like I said, the feedback that I got, I was not happy with it. So I feel like I've been blackballed. I don't know if that's the case. That's why I needed to do Iron Showdown to see if I was blackballed, as in, like, they just don't like the way that I look or whatever. But like I said, because I'm hungry, I'm not stopping. And if I never get my pro card, I will look in my rocking chair and I'm like, I gave everything I fucking had. So that's what I want to do. I squeeze every ounce, every little bit of juice out of that fruits that I had. And it didn't work out. Instead of, maybe if I did that. I don't like living with regrets. So that's the way that I do my thing.
Well, bro, thank you so much for coming on. And I truly think that people can find amazing value in your mentality, your work ethic, and your drive. And, people want things, but they don't truly want them enough to work as hard as, you working. And they don't truly want it to get up at 3 a.m. to do their cardio so that they can train their clients from 5 till 5 for the rest of the day, And it's difficult because people don't actually really know what goes into chasing their dreams to fruition. They don't know actually what it takes to be successful and reach the goal. Yeah. And I think you on your way to proving that, and I look forward to seeing that journey.
I appreciate that. Thanks for having me out. The work is always in the background. You don't get the glory for that. They see the end result and they're like, okay, that's what it is, but they don't see the what goes on in the background. I really appreciate you inviting me. Hopefully the apparel will fit you and you look good.
I hope it's a bit smaller than the one you're wearing.
No, it is.
Okay, then it'll fit.
It is. Hopefully you like it, and I would appreciate an honest review. Like I said, if something is not good, I always try to improve it. If it's not that good, you'll be like, yo, that's it was itchy or whatever, Tell it like it is, and I appreciate that. That's all it is, and hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing a little bit about me. I appreciate the people that are watching this thing, and thanks for inviting me here.
Of course,
I appreciate that.
Maybe next time you come on, you've got that pro card.
Exactly. I hope so. Fingers crossed.
Guys, thanks for listening. Bro, thank you very much.